Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's Fatmata here from Traditionally Inspired Meaningful Art, and I'm really excited to chat with you today. I want to recap my experience at the DC Frocktails event that I went to last weekend, or 2 weekends ago by the time you're seeing this possibly, but it was such a great time, and to catch you up on what has been going on in the sewing room to date and my plans for the week ahead. So before I dive in, what I am wearing today, this is Simplicity 9451. It is a knit ruched top, and I made this back in 2022 towards the end of the year out of this awesome black knit fabric. Here is the ruching. You'll see some of that detailing here across the shoulder and along the side. This is a hacked version, so I did sort of a high-low sort of effect down there to the side. It is bump friendly, so that's really nice. I have been enjoying wearing some of the me-mades that I have that are seeing me through to the end of my pregnancy, so that's been really nice. I didn't do sort of separate maternity sewing, just haven't really had the time for it, so I'm just relying on some Old Faithfuls, either ready to wear and or me-mades that fit the bill and get the job done. So let's talk about Frocktails. Frocktails is a phenomenal sort of sewist meetup event. It's almost like a gala, and there's music and food and amazing people, creatives in the local community coming together with their me-mades on and just having a blast. I want to give a special shout out and a huge thank you to the 3 organizers of the DC Frocktails, which were Naomi, Katie, and Mia. They did a phenomenal job. The atmosphere was just so inviting and wonderful. It was close to where I live, so it was in College Park, Maryland. So if you're in the DC metro area, College Park is not too far away. So it was nice to meet sewists from all around the DMV, and some who even made the trek out to come to the DC Frocktails event. The food was delicious. I feel like we walked in, got our raffle tickets and stuff, and immediately made a beeline for food. That was necessary. And then once we had a substantial amount, we're like, all right, we're ready to mingle. So that was incredible. So let me say what I wore is this gorgeous number here. If you've been on the channel for a while, you might remember this fuchsia piece that I made back in 2022. I made it for chaperoning prom, and I absolutely love this dress. And it's made out of this really nice semi-sheer, it's not really, yeah, it's like a semi-sheer gorgeous fuchsia. This took all of about 6 or so yards. I hacked Simplicity 9225 to make this dress. So I used part of the bodice and the neckline and the sleeves to sort of make this, and just added 3 rows of tiers. And by the end of it, it's 6 yards wide. So it's very swishy, very, very voluminous, and I absolutely love it. It's bump friendly, so that was nice. I have not finished off the hem, so that was raw. And it's actually a very, very long dress. Even when I wore it to prom, I remember it dragging on the floor, even with my heels on. So right on the day of Frocktails, I went ahead, because it was already unhemmed, I went ahead and removed about 1 inch is what I intended to remove from the bottom, and then some of the pieces were a little bit, shallower. But it was fine. I just needed to get some of that length off in the front particularly, so that I wasn't tripping over myself while I was out at this event. The entire dress is French seamed, so I just sort of clipped, snip and ripped the bottom of the fabric, and I'm glad that no damage was done. I will eventually someday, I'm sure, hem the bottom, but that day is not anytime soon. So anyways, that was the look that I wore for the event, and I absolutely loved it. Let's talk about the people. The people are what make Frocktails. That's what makes it an event that you want to go to and that hopefully you want to go back to. I already am thinking about next year and hopeful that there will be another DC Frocktails for us to go to. But there were so many incredible folks, some that I knew, maybe from the sewing community, and others that I'd met there for the first time, some that even watch this YouTube channel. So it was just really, really wonderful to see all of the creative makes, the garments. Let's talk about it. So immediately, like as we were pulling up, I saw Mari from Viki Sews, and she looked gorgeous in a beautiful red number. I think she said that she had self-drafted it. So I have a picture with Mari, and I'll pop it here, and I'll pop and try to put everyone's sort of Instagram handles or YouTube linked below or on the screen for you. But she looked gorgeous, and it was so nice to get to see her again. And as I had mentioned in a previous video, Mari is how I knew that Frocktails was actually even happening. In her sewing plans or like resolutions video, she had mentioned that she was going to Frocktails and that tickets were on sale. And I was like, thank you for saying something, because I would have completely missed it. So it was great to see her. Then, of course, Tashana was there, and she was wearing a Zadie jumpsuit, which looked fabulous in this sort of like black faces print. And it was nice to see her again as well. Then as I was coming through the door, I got to meet someone who watches the channel as well, Amanda. And she was so lovely and gave me a gift, which I could not have imagined for the life of me. And it is this Givenchy pattern. Hello, get into the look. Okay, look at this satin number. And with this like robe coat situation, do you see it with the faux fur? Do you see it? So I believe she got this pattern from someone who is destashing some patterns of a loved one, I believe, and said that the sizing wasn't necessarily going to work for her. So she wanted to know if it could possibly work for me. And I am happily going to accept this and cannot wait to see when I'm able to sort of play around with this. But particularly that like duster, the situation, I can't wait to try and work with this. So this is a size 8, which I know is, it's the smallest size in this. So it's probably going to be on the snug side for me. But I think for like an overcoat, a duster, we might be able to make it work. So thank you so much, Amanda, for that amazing gift as well. And then I got to meet the Dr. Woolfork, like the Dr. Woolfork of Black Women Stitch podcast. Have you heard of it? I listened to this podcast, and if you have never listened to the podcast, what I want you to know is that from the door, from the beginning of said podcast, your shoulders just begin to bounce, okay? Because the like opening theme song is all that and a bag of chips. Let me just play it for you real quick.
Hello, Stitchers. Welcome to Stitch Please, the official podcast of Black Women Stitch, the sewing group where Black Lives Matter. Sit back, relax, and get ready to get your stitch together.
I have never met Lisa in person, but her energy from her podcast is indeed her energy in real life. Also, what she was wearing, hopefully you're seeing a picture, it's the gloves with the fit. And if you didn't peep the sneakers, you have to peep the sneakers, the headdress, the accessories. It was a moment. It was a look. It was so captivating. And I loved every second of it. And I was like, oh my gosh, you're a voice that has gotten me through so many commutes to and from work. So it was amazing to get to meet her. Then we have Osset. So I've gotten to meet her now in person twice times. One like just out in the wild, like in real life. But at the sewing meetup as well at Frocktails. And she is here over on YouTube as Stitch Treasure. So I'll pop a link to her channel as well. But I've been following along on her journey, and was just so nice to like see her in person. She was wearing a gorgeous Ankara dress, and I believe was like final stitches, all right, on that day. So I loved it and loved that she was able to execute it because it looked fabulous. I had some other folks who had told me here on the channel that they would also be going. So I got to connect with Will, who made, I mean, talk about turning a loungewear set and putting it and making it upscale, right? He had this like amazing textured knit that he made it out of, with adding pockets to the different places with like this mud cloth long line vest situation, duster. It was incredible. And Viki, I got to connect with Viki, who also, I remember telling me, was going to be at Frocktails. So that was awesome to connect with her as well, who had on this lovely dress. And we got to just chat throughout the night, and that was awesome. And there were some others that I also got to meet who, you know, have said that they watched the channel, which was really great to like meet people in real life and be like, wow, my community, especially like creative and crafting and sewing community, is much wider than I even knew. So that's fantastic. I also got to meet the women of the Three Little Birds shop, as well as the Sew Creative Lounge, which are now 2 different sewing venues and storefronts that I must visit. They're so close to me that I'm like, how have I not been there? So I'm so excited to hopefully get to both of those shops. I met a woman named Victoria who actually designs her own fabric. That is like the level of artistry that I want to get to. It would combine my love of the visual arts with my love of sewing together and marry those 2 things so beautifully. I have her card, so hopefully I'll try and connect with her at some point, because I feel like that is the next frontier. Like when I think about what could I give to the sewing community, because I don't really do, you know, sewing tutorials and things like that. If I could give you all fabric from my heart, you know, like designed by me, that's what I would want to offer, right? Like, I don't know that I'm going to do sewing patterns, but a print to put on your body? Possibly. Pray for me, y'all. Might be in the future, down the line. You never know. Anyway, so that was awesome. And she actually won one of the crowd favorite awards towards the end of the night for, I believe, best use of color. And I just thought that that was so befitting. Like, how amazing that you win an award like that in your own fabric. So I was very happy for her. Then I met Robin, who I believe she said she helps to organize the New York Frocktails. And she looked gorgeous in this beautiful suit situation, like a 2-piece. I think she said it was a Vogue pattern. It was double-breasted. It was the Technicolor gorgeous stripes for me. There was Jasmine, who made this like pom-pom jacket. The sheer time and attention to detail that it took to create the pom-poms themselves. Wow. Then there was Michonne, who did this like denim effect, like a one shoulder moment. There was also LaShawn of So Sophisticated Designs, who made this like silver sparkly number with a ruched effect. It was a dress inspired by a designer dress that she had seen, and she nailed it. And there are so many people that, you know, I won't have everyone's name or like information to post down below, but it was just so awesome to see people in person, loving being surrounded by other creatives, celebrating what we've made, talking about fabrics and prints and patterns and all of that good stuff, and just rejoicing in the fact that we have a craft that we absolutely love, that we can sort of center and get together and celebrate. I'm so happy I went, like so freaking happy I went. I loved the runway, so that was a lot of fun too. It was just nice to see everyone strutting their stuff, getting really excited to show off what they had made. So my best friend and Tashana went down together, and then I of course had to hit the runway as well, y'all. So I had to let them know that the dress had yardage to swing, you know. So that was really nice. Yeah, but the runway was fun. The DJ was on point. I don't think that I can play too many clips with all of the music because of how YouTube works, but the DJ just understood who he was catering to. I loved it all. I loved it all. So it was, yeah, it was good vibes, good food, good company, great music. And then there was the was completely amazing. Like, sincerely, if you have a Frocktails that will happen in your area, I would say consider it and go. And I hope you have just as much fun, if not more, than I had. But I am definitely looking forward to hopefully attending another Frocktails in the future. Now, as if the night couldn't get any better, I did not win a raffle. However, there were like 5 categories that individuals at the event could vote for people, and I won fan favorite. I could have cried. It was too much. It was too much. It was too much. That was like such a highlight. Was not expecting that at all. I would have been happy winning a raffle. But that was like, how could my night have gotten any better? So that was fantastic. And I will show you 2 things. So I'll show you what we got as far as our goodie bag is concerned. The organizers did such a great job sourcing sponsors for this event. The goodie bag is chock full of amazing things, and I'm so excited about it. So there is Boho Fabrics. I'm going to cover that. So there's Boho Fabrics, who gifted us actual fabric, right? Let me just open this. I haven't opened it yet. So from Boho Fabrics, so I got the orange pop on purple. So here it is. It is so lightweight and gorgeous. So it almost feels like a voile-like material, actually. So that's my fabric. I have to see how much of it is in here, but that was just so lovely to have this. In addition, we received some zippers, coordinating colors, very nice, and they're metal zippers, so that's cool. And some pattern weights, y'all. A set of 3 pattern weights. They're gorgeous. I love the elephant. So we have that, and it has like a soft, oh gosh, soft like padding on the back, so it's not going to be scratching up stuff, and almost like ceramic tiles, so that looks gorgeous. In addition to buttons and a measuring tape. So that is so neat to have, as well as these large buttons. So very, very excited. And that was just one of the things that we got in the goodie bag. So thank you so much to Boho Fabrics, because if this was in every single person who attended's gift bag, you can only imagine how much they invested in Frocktails. That's incredible. It's from 3 Little Birds. We got a code to use for a dollar amount off of PDF printing, which is going to be fantastic. I Am Patterns gifted us 1 free pattern with one of their codes. Gorgeous Fabrics also gifted us 10% off. And we have a 25% off gift card to Style Art. Look at this. We got a label. And this year I really would love to have some labels of my own. We have some Luxe labels here too. Got this one. Oh, it's so cute. Fabric Mark Fabrics gave us a coupon for a dollar amount off our purchase. I got this Hugs and Stitches. You could put this like on your machine and such. Love Notions gifted us a single price pattern. And then we have the Schmetz pocket guide for all things sewing needles. So that's really cool to have as just like a little dictionary of all things that you would need to know about that. And then a bunch of companies who gifted us some offers and discounts, which I think is just lovely. So all in all, like, listen, I'm happy. I'm a happy girl. I'm so grateful to all of those sponsors for those generous gifts, and also for the hosts for making all of that come together. In addition, for the fan favorite prize, I had a couple of things that I won as well. So in here, I got these 2 spools of thread. So this is 400 meters. It's this gorgeous like colorway. Very like natural and neutral. So this is going to be good for the stash. And then I got this applique set. Like, it has the applique needles, and I believe it kind of give some information on how to actually do some applique, which will be great. I do have some applique bits in my stash that I purchased last year, possibly, or 2022. I think it was last year that I purchased last year that I haven't used yet, but one day when I do, I'll have some great applique needles for it. And then 2 gift cards that I won. I won a $100 gift card to Gorgeous Fabrics. And then I won a $50 gift card to LDH Scissors as well, which I have heard such great things about. So I got my Gorgeous Fabrics order, which I'm really, really excited about because I saw it in there and I was like, you know what? You could help me in trying to prepare for some of my Make 9 goals. So I went ahead and placed my order. Now listen, I have been spoiled. If you watch this channel, you know I'm frugal when it comes to purchasing fabric. So I will say that $100 I thought was like, wow, I'm about to get yardages of fabric and this is going to be amazing. Gorgeous Fabric does carry gorgeous fabrics. Okay, they are high quality. They are from fashion houses around the world. Like I loved reading through their descriptions of their fabrics. It was really great to kind of in my mind imagine how they would be. So I am really excited to sort of share with you what I picked up. But I will say it was much less than I thought I'd be able to get with $100. But I'm grateful nonetheless. So I had to sort of in my mind stop myself from going where I would naturally go, which is like, what is on sale? What is the cheapest? Let me just get as many yards as I can to maximize the amount. But then I stopped myself for a little bit. It's like, I have a lot of fabric. My goal right now is not to acquire as much fabric as possible, is to improve on the quality of fabric I'm exposing myself to, and also pick things that I am probably going to use in the more immediate future. So those are the things that I had in mind. And in knowing that I'm working on sort of this bridal collection for my best friend, we have a Know Me sort of blazer pattern that is top of mind for me right now to get started on. And I know that because we're using a really lightweight satin fabric, I needed some interfacing that was going to be fluid in its drape so that I wouldn't lose any of the structure in the satin, but I would be able to, get what I needed out of it. So when I went on to their website, I did see that they carried interfacing and they noted that they usually don't, but the quality of this particular one that they saw was just amazing. It's called a Whisper Weight Tricot Fusible Interfacing. So I got some in white and I got some in black. It's not, listen, you're not going to run home and tell your mom, say, look at what Fatmata got, but it was a necessary thing. I think interfacing has bitten me in the butt a few times when I didn't have the right quality or the right type. I will also say, however, that they did not lie in the description when they said whisper weight. This thing is thinner than thin itself, and I think I was expecting something a little bit heftier. I'm not going to lie. So it is fusible. It is, do you see it? It's light. It's the lightest thing I've ever felt. And I thought it was going to be closer to the Pellon, the 906F sheer weight, which is, it's still got a decent amount of structure to it, but this, just melts in the hand. Just melts in the hand. So I am in two minds about which of the interfacings I will use for the blazer that I'm going to be working on, because even though it's satin, I think it might require maybe a bit more structure, something like the sheer weight, even though this is also very light, but I think it might make it easier for me to manipulate the fabric and do all the pivots correctly and things like that. But I do think that this Whisper Weight Tricot fusible interfacing will come in handy. It just feels lovely in the hand. So I'm happy to have it in my stash. I got 3 yards of both of these and they were $6 a yard each. 18 bucks, about $36 there just for the interfacing. But again, I think I'll be happy to have these in my stash for either the blazer or for future makes. Because my Make 9 also includes nursing-friendly loungewear, I decided to treat myself to some really high-quality knit fabrics. So I picked up these two colors here. This is their red wine colorway, and it is a rayon double knit fabric. I will say it turned out to be a much deeper color than I thought. I think I was assuming that it might have been like had a bit more red in it, but nonetheless, I think it's going to be great. I wish it was a little bit brighter. But yeah, the actual fabric itself though, this feels like it will not pill at all. It is substantial, a decent amount of stretch. It is silky soft, like it's so smooth. And they mentioned that it's from a designer warehouse somewhere. So I am very happy to have this double knit. So I picked up 2.5 yards of this, and I believe it was $18 a yard. So then with the little bit of money that I had left to spend, I went ahead and picked up this Kelly green colorway. It's called Shamrock, and it is really bright and bold, and I really enjoyed looking at it. So this is the same sort of designer rayon double knit fabric. Feels like it's going to be really nice and hefty. I want to make like a nursing friendly shirt out of this. I think I could get a dress out of this, but again, based on the color, I'll have to decide what I want to do with these fabrics, or if I might mix them together. I don't know yet, but this is going to be a part of my nursing friendly lounge wear clothing items. And I have 1 yard of the Shamrock colorway. Again, $18 a yard, I believe. And then they tossed in there 2 labels made with gorgeous fabrics. So I'm very excited to pop those into my makes when I end up getting these whipped up. And again, in my mind's eye, like the way that I usually shop, this would not be $100. But I was leaning into quality over quantity, and I was very grateful for the opportunity to have been able to purchase such high quality fabric, and I cannot wait to sew up with them and see what that experience is like, and just like wearing them. And I might be converted yet, y'all. The entire order I think came up to about 98 or 90 some odd dollars, and then when I had to add shipping and tax and stuff, I think it was overall like 130. So I did still have to, sort of put in for the remainder, but I wanted to make sure that I used up all of my like free monies with this. So that was lovely. I think in order to get free shipping on the site, it was like $178 or like some amount like that. And as I was checking out and I saw that I was already at 130 with the shipping and the tax, I was like, okay, do I have 40 more? Like, do I want to just look and meet the free shipping, so at least I'm not paying for shipping? And I started doing sewing math, which does not equate to the regular arithmetic and algebra that you and I know, okay? Because it puts silly things in there. It's like, well, if you get free shipping, then you kind of got that for free. And no, that's still money that you would not have spent, Fatmata. So I had to reel it back in, stop myself. I was like, just pay for the shipping and leave. Pay for the shipping and leave. What I should have done was call my best friend, sent her a link to the website and said, do you have anything on here that you would like to purchase? So together, combined, we could have met that. The moment has passed. I need to get over it, but that's where I was. With my LDH scissors coupon, I have already made my purchase. It has not arrived yet. I made it later in the week, but I did pick up a pair of shears and snips, and LDH are also really high quality. I've heard about them so much in the sewing community, so I'm glad to have a pair of those shears and snips on hand. I went to the seconds sale part of the website because frugality had to kick in when I was on this site. And second sales, I believe, are their items that like have some sort of cosmetic blemish, but otherwise meet their, standards and all of that. And I was like, listen, give me an unbuffed, a blemished piece of, sewing instrument. I will take it. Okay. If you're telling me it is the same quality and you're still going to give me the 10-year warranty, I have no qualms with that. So I'm really excited. Can't wait to get those because I've heard amazing things about the quality of LDH scissors. So let's talk about sewing. As far as what has been done last week, no sewing at all, at least not by me. My best friend has been sewing up a bunch of stuff, but we'll have to update you on that at another time. But as far as what we were able to do, I have at this time cut out the Estella dress of the real fabric, including the silk and the lining. So everything is cut out. It is seated right there, which is why I keep looking over. But I am looking forward to, as time permits throughout the week, hopefully, or really digging my teeth into it next weekend, making some progress and hopefully finishing the Estella dress by next weekend, by the end of next weekend. That would be my hope, so that the following weekend, which starts with a day off for President's Day, hopefully that week I can commit to focusing on the blazer pattern, which my best friend has graciously stuck together, because we purchased the PDF version and cut out in the size 18. So I just have to make sure that matches her measurements and all of that. I did mention wanting to do a toile. I honestly, given time and how things are moving and my level of fatigue, I would love to do a toile. I don't know if time is going to permit. So this might be one where I am just being really thoughtful about measuring the pattern pieces, taking her measurements into account, the fact that it's going to button in the front, and hopefully there might be some wiggle room along the way to make some alterations, but we might just be going into the main fabric for that. I hope those are not famous last words. I have faith, but I don't think I can do that blazer twice, not in the time that we have left. So that is the plan there. And then also the shorts that we were working on, I have also starched and ironed the fabric for that out of the main fabric in hopes that I can start getting that sewn up as well. So those are the plans for now. That's where I am, what I'm hoping to get done. My best friend was here this morning and she went shopping in my collection for a couple of fabrics for a make that she plans to do, and shared some of her highlights and thoughts on the Frocktails DC event that we attended together. So I am going to pop that here and I hope that you enjoy. Foreground, background. That's it. Hi, friends.
Oh, these glasses. Yep, but if I had hair, it's like a full.
It's a look.
It's something.
It's a look. You got other pairs.
I feel like this is how I felt about the clear ones, and now they're standard. Hi, friends.
Hi. How are you? Me and Bestie are here. We just went to Frocktails last weekend. Feels like so long ago. I had all the intentions on Sunday to be standing in my stunning dress. Can you make way for the dress? There we go. I had not an ounce of energy left in me on Sunday, but
You stayed on the dance floor.
I did.
Shut it down.
Listen, they were going to have to drag me out of Frocktails, y'all. It was great. Okay, so I wanted to do a quick what's in your bag that you're taking with you, because we just went shopping in my collection.
Yes, it is a collection.
It's a collection. So, yes, tell the people what you're making.
What am I making?
think this is the
I am making a new meat, no me pattern. ME 2027.
Kichi B.
I'm gonna make the play suit version. I'm not ready to commit to a full long outfit.
Wonderful.
But yeah.
So just to get her started, we went through the stash, through the collection to pick out some fabrics. And we chose, as the first option,
some linens. I always really love, what is this, mustard?
Yeah.
Dusty chartreuse.
Dusty.
Yes. But yeah, I also really like this, turquoise teal.
Yeah, the teal. I love that color.
So one of those two as the stripe, and then the orange I think is whatever is the most amount. So I think that would be either, that's the one that has the...
I think it's the inner part, possibly.
Yeah. Yeah. The inner part, because then that has the sleeves in the orange, and then the light blue as the outer part. I think it'll be cute.
Yes. So that's if we have enough.
Yes.
And if we don't, so we're going to cut out, you'll cut out the pattern
pieces. Yeah, I'll
pieces
cut the
first.
pattern pieces and then start laying things out and see what kind of Tetris we work out with.
Yes.
And then if that doesn't work out, then we'll go the Ankara route, which is fun.
Yeah.
So doing this as the main.
Yeah. I love this print.
Yeah.
Gives you some geometric shapes here. Really nice. Has that bright, bold red. And then this like really nice olivey green. And then this like pop of yellow. It'll match the glasses.
Oh, yeah.
Bring it all back.
Fun play suit, fun glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then to go with the yellow, we do this fun yellow.
Right. Very, very
as
cool.
like the piping or piping.
That like accent, stripe.
Accent. Yeah, stripe. That's a good word. And then the olive kind of army greeny color.
See how all these play so nicely together.
Yeah.
So that would be, this is a bed sheet that I thrifted, but it's like a similar weight to the other cottons. So that would work. And or
using a basic black.
Yeah.
And then that kind of three-way combo looks good too.
So either of those, depending on like how springtime, I feel like this kind of, I think they would all work.
I think they all work. They all work. Yeah.
For a play suit in the summer.
Yeah.
So the vibes.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is like more daytime, and that's more nighttime, hanging out with friends. Yeah.
You got some things coming up that could be good.
Yes.
And then we picked out this crepe from the collection as well.
Yes.
Which when you get to doing the long version.
Yes, it would be so cute as a long version. If I could make this by Easter, that would be
Oh
fantastic.
My gosh, yeah.
Just finding like a cream, because you also, there's like a robin's egg blue crepe that she has in there that I could do as the other majority color. Yeah. And then doing a cream stripe. I think that would be so cute.
Yes.
So cute.
I'm sure it exists somewhere.
Yeah.
Or do you
yeah, for sure.
Like,
for sure.
We will have that. Yeah. So that is the Kichibi style romper ME2027. And then we got this decadent fabric. Tell the people what that's for.
This is an inspiration from Frocktails. Shout out to the two girls that made the Daria pattern. Rose Cafe Bustier.
There we are.
Yes. And then talking to them, they made it seem like, oh man, the tutorial is great. Yes. I spent the next morning, all morning, rewatching it over and over. And then by the middle of the week, I had printed the pieces, cut them out. And now I'm still scared because it is definitely a more advanced pattern. And as much as I think I could do anything, I want to practice it. So this would be a cute bustier top. And it seems like, what were you saying, a forgiving fabric if the things don't match up as nicely.
Right. Because it's solid. So it is a velveteen sort of thing. I'm pretty certain that this might be upholstery fabric. We could be certain it is upholstery fabric.
Yeah, for sure.
But because of that, it's super sturdy on the back. I mean, this would like grip on each other really nicely. It'd be a nice like, oh, look at that gold on our skin tones. Be so fabulous. The structure would be great. You're going to borrow some underwire from an old bra maybe.
Yes.
And just go ahead and do that. And this is like a real remnant piece that I thrifted years ago at Value Village. It was 99 cents, y'all. So she gets a nice Rose Cafe bustier out of this. No love lost.
Yes.
And if things, I think it's going to go well, actually.
Yeah, I think it'll go well.
I have a lot of faith in this. But yeah, so that's going to be a good trial run. And then you would looked and spotted a tweedy fabric in the collection.
Man, it's like a rainbow tweed, but not rainbow like big stripes, but just like every color within the threads. It's so beautiful to make the Rose Cafe bustier out of that, and then the Estella dress kind of like puff sleeves. Long sleeve with it. It would be so cute.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
That would be a great Easter.
That would be a great Easter dress.
Yeah.
Except for if I was going to, it's a little short, but.
That's true.
Yeah. But it would be, that's a cute, just like a girl's day out.
Yeah. So that one, I'll Hopefully I would have inserted a picture. I have it in the stash. We also have this webbing here because the Kichibi style, the romper, comes with a self-covered belt.
Yes.
So hoping that maybe this webbing, like to put in between, instead of just using interfacing, I feel like that's going to give the belt a nice deal of structure. You just have to find like a belt buckle sort of thing to do. And then some new patterns that you've picked up.
Yes. This one I've been dreaming about.
Another Nomi.
Yes. I love the color blocking. I love the like waves. It feels very Janine, so maybe I'll find some fabric to match these new glasses, and it'll be a full set.
Yeah.
And then I have so many friends having babies this year, so I want to make baby things. There's this embroidery technique that I want to try out to like put something onto it.
This. Okay.
Yeah, so that's why I wanted to make something simple, but something simple that like you could keep for like all of your babies. So I'm really excited about that project.
So we have, this is the layette. Little thing, which I love because pop them in there.
Yeah,
it's gonna be great. So anyways, while I had her here, I just wanted to go over that quickly because she needs to leave in a few minutes. Do you want to give a quick recap of your experience at Frocktails? Just tell the people and then I'll insert it where it belongs.
Yes, so I really enjoyed Frocktails, especially as like my second sewist meetup. The first one was the one just meeting up with your people at G Street, and that got me excited about sewing. And this was even more inspirational, just seeing what people at different levels and like length of being in the sewing game. Like just the things that they were able to produce and the way that people speak about the things and just like the knowledge was really exciting to be around. I love being around people who just know a thing. And just learning from them. And I am very shy, so it was a little difficult to just like pop into conversations, but always have my Fatmata.
But you were approached. People were watching you up on the 360 stand, and they had questions about what you were wearing, which was not. This is the one she's making me something. Y'all. I'm super hyped about this.
And it's almost done. Yes.
What did you wear to Frocktails?
I wore this to Frocktails.
Yes. This is the beloved McCall's M8064, made out of
the beautiful watercolor fabric that started this whole thing. And then we just added, instead of doing the scoop neck, that's scoop neck, right? Scoop neck. Crew neck. We did a higher, almost turtleneck stand.
Like a funnel?
Yeah. Something like that. It had a little bit of like the lettuce hem, but it wasn't, I tucked it in, and then we did a lettuce hem on the wrist, so they were like extra long.
Yes.
It was cute.
Yeah. I really love how that turned out. And then you didn't make one dress, I made
two dresses. Yes. My first dress, the like army green colored one, same dress, wore it underneath, and then wore this over top. I think in the summertime I would probably wear just like a short fitted black slip underneath it and wear the same dress. And I think that would be a cute like summer version of a winter dress. But it was so warm. I felt so good wearing it. Yeah. It was such a cold night.
And then we could just walk out of the car. We were just like, hustle to the venue.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it came out so nice. And then the purse, when I walked in to pick up Fatima, she had this thrifted, beaded, just purse with all of the right colors.
Yeah.
It went perfectly with it. It was just it was a great night. It was such a fun night. The people, the energy. Yeah, I really appreciate it. And the best swag bag I've ever had after an event.
Fantastic.
Oh my gosh.
It was really good.
Yes.
Yeah.
It had the pattern weights, a really large piece of fabric. I don't know what I'm gonna make out of that, but
that's so true. Yes. I'll be showing you what I got I'll show you a swag bag so you know. But yes.
And then plethora of coupons to things that I need to actually look and get my coupons for.
Right.
I have to spend money to do it, so I don't know. We'll see.
Right. I mean, we're not compelled, but it's enticing for sure.
Yes.
Yeah. So shout out to Naomi, Katie, and Mia for putting together the DC Frocktails. It was an evening to remember. I'm so glad that you, because Deneen is the one that let me go, because I was like, Mari from Mari Sews informed me. I saw Tashana was going. I was like, all right, had to email, oh God, had to text you. And I was like, I don't know, are we going to invest in this? And you were like, buy the tickets.
Let's do it.
It was fantastic.
Oh, yeah. And everybody loved Fatima.
I was loving everybody. It was great. Yes. Yeah. All right.
Favorite.
I know you have to leave.
Yes.
But thank you for doing this little bit with us. All right, guys. This is the portion with the bestie.
Yay!
Say bye. Well,
Hi.
like you guys can say bye to her.
Bye-bye. Hi, guys. Welcome to my YouTube channel feature.
Will you come back and do a wedding collection recap?
Faux show.
Or like prep? You tell the people the vision boards.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
You should do like
I would love a vision board.
Like a pre-wedding makes inspiration. Just let the people know what we're planning to work on. And as things come to fruition, I'll be sharing on the channel.
Yeah.
All right, we have it here. It's locked in. We'll just
in.
have to pick a day where we both have the eyebrows on and we're on.
Yeah. And the twist out has come out.
All right. Thank you so much for staying.
Yes.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, so I hope that you enjoyed hearing from me and the bestie, and I'm hopeful that we'll get her back on the channel and we'll talk all things wedding sewing since we're already in the full swing of that. But until next time, folks, stay creative. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.